Stop wishing, stop hoping, stop waiting for the right moment that never shows up. Life does not reward hesitation, and success does not rise for those who simply dream about it from a distance. Every single day, countless people whisper their desires into the universe. Yet only a handful ever rise to claim them. And the difference is never luck, talent, or timing. The difference is a single mental shift, the shift from wishing to deciding. Wishing is comfortable. Wishing feels safe. Wishing allows the mind to imagine a better future without demanding anything in the present. But wishing has never created greatness. Wishing has never built strength. Wishing has never transformed potential into power. The world does not respond to wishes, it responds to intention. The moment a person stops wishing and starts deciding, everything changes. The energy changes, the mindset changes, the actions change, and life itself begins to bend. There is a master key to success, and it has been hidden in plain sight for generations. It is the principle that every extraordinary mind eventually discovers. Success begins the moment desire becomes a command. Not a hope, not a fantasy, a command, a declaration that leaves no room for negotiation. This is the moment desire turns into a burning force that cannot be ignored, avoided, or postponed. A vague wish says, "I want to be successful." A burning desire says, "I will succeed regardless of circumstances." That is the moment desire stops floating and starts directing. That is the moment the mind becomes a weapon. That is the moment the world recognizes determination. Because a mind powered by desire is not merely thinking, it is projecting, commanding, and creating. Every dream you hold, every goal you imagine, every outcome you crave already exists in potential form. It sits within the realm of possibility, waiting for you to elevate it into reality. What brings it forward is not chance and not time. It is mental intensity. Success is generated inside long before it is experienced outside. The mind is the workshop, and your thoughts are the blueprint. When you think with clarity, feel with purpose, and act with conviction, you begin shaping destiny rather than observing it. Wishing is passive, but desire is movement. Desire pulls you forward. Desire rearranges your priorities. Desire commands your focus. Desire sharpens your ambition. And once desire takes root deeply enough, success becomes less of an option and more of an expectation. There is a switch inside every person, a psychological trigger that causes the mind to stop drifting and start aiming. When that switch flips, the world stops appearing random and starts appearing responsive. People notice the shift. Opportunities gravitate toward it. Circumstances begin to align with it. And obstacles lose their ability to intimidate. This is where transformation begins in the instant you stop wishing and start declaring. In the moment you stop imagining life and start creating it. In the decision to transform desire into an unstoppable force that fuels every thought and action. One. There is a reason some people rise from nothing to extraordinary heights while others, with just as much potential, remain trapped in cycles of wishful thinking. The difference lies in understanding and applying the master key, the principle Napoleon Hill revealed as the foundation of every major success story. This key is not mystical, not hidden, and not reserved for a chosen few. It is a mental law that operates for anyone who understands its power. A single dominating desire held with absolute clarity and backed with unwavering belief. This is not just desire in the casual sense. It is not a momentary feeling or a passing interest. It is a burning inner force so intense that it influences every thought, shapes every decision, and directs every action. It becomes a central focus around which the entire mind organizes itself. When a person holds one goal with such clarity and consistency, the mind begins to operate differently. It filters out distractions, rejects doubt, and amplifies every thought that contributes to its fulfillment. This master key rests on three pillars: clarity, belief, and action. Clarity creates direction, belief fuels persistence. Action turns intention into achievement. When these three elements unify, success is no longer random, it becomes engineered. It becomes predictable. It becomes a consequence of mental discipline and emotional certainty. The mind is always working, always creating, always shaping the trajectory of life. But without a dominant desire, it becomes scattered, unfocused, and easily influenced by outside noise. A person who lacks a clear goal becomes a passenger in life. A person who possesses a burning desire becomes the driver. That shift alone is enough to alter everything that follows. Napoleon Hill emphasized that thought, when combined with desire and belief, becomes a powerful vibrational force. It attracts ideas, opportunities, people, and circumstances that match its frequency. This is not philosophy, it is psychology. A focused mind notices possibilities others overlook. A determined mind pushes through barriers others surrender to. A committed mind finds solutions where others see defeat. The inner world shapes the outer world. The Master Key teaches that success is never about resources. It is about resourcefulness. It is never about luck. It is about alignment. It is never about waiting for the perfect moment. It is about acting with purpose in the moment you have. A person who lives by this principle understands that every thought is a seed and every action is a step closer to fulfillment. When the mind becomes fixed on a single burning desire, doubt loses its power. Fear loses its voice. Excuses lose their appeal. The goal becomes the standard. The vision becomes the compass. And life begins to shift as though the universe itself recognizes the force of that decision. This is the master key, the mental blueprint that transforms ordinary individuals into unstoppable achievers. A single desire, held with total conviction, can reshape the entire path of a life. Now is the moment to rise above hesitation, above doubt, above the silent excuses that have held you back for far too long. The dream you carry is not random. The desire you feel is not accidental. It exists because it is meant to be pursued, built, and lived. But it cannot grow in the shadows of wishful thinking. It can only grow in the presence of decisive action. This is the turning point, the line between the life you have known and the life you are capable of creating. Every achievement begins with a single commitment, the decision to make your desire non-negotiable. That is the moment when the mind stops wandering and starts working. That is the moment when your energy shifts from passive hope to active intention. That is the moment when success becomes inevitable because you refuse to accept anything less. The time has come to choose one vision that matters to you and plant it so deeply into your identity that it becomes part of who you are. Let it guide your habits. Let it sharpen your discipline. Let it remove the distractions that no longer serve your purpose. Let it become the fire that fuels each day with direction and momentum. Do not wait for motivation. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for circumstances to magically align. Circumstances bend to those who commit. Opportunities appear for those who prepare. Momentum grows for those who act with conviction. Everything you want is already moving in your direction, but it will only reach you if you take the steps that match the magnitude of your desire. Success responds to the bold. It responds to the clear-minded. It responds to the relentless. It responds to the individual who decides that failure is not an end, but simply an instruction to adjust and rise again. The world opens its doors to those who refuse to turn back. So claim your goal, command your mind, direct your thoughts, and move. Not later, not eventually, now, because the longer you wait, the more the dream fades, and the faster you act, the stronger the vision becomes. This is your moment to step into a higher version of yourself. This is your moment to activate the master key within you. This is your moment to stop wishing and start creating. Let your desire speak through your actions. Let your belief guide your decisions. Let your commitment shape your destiny.